supposed to have been the founders. Now, I found out that the Greeks, who were supposed to have been the founders of civilization because they were the first civilized white folks, but the Greeks got their civilization from the Egyptians, and the Egyptians were black people. And the Greeks passed their civilization on to the Romans, and the Romans were a very stupid, dumb bunch of people for the most part. They couldn't retain it, they lost it. They had a dark age in Europe for 500 years. And then another bunch of Africans, the Moors, from North Africa, went to Spain and started civilization all over again. So instead of Europe civilizing Africa, Africa has civilized Europe 2 times. That's what you have to keep in mind. Now, I found
destroyed. And every time we created something big, it was destroyed, burned down.
Like where? Wilmington, North Carolina, Eatonville, Rosewood, Tulsa, Philadelphia, Chester, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, North Carolina, Blackwood, South Carolina,
in Jersey.
Yeah, anytime we had any infrastructure, 2 things happened. You know what Central Park is, right? No, it's not. Central Park was actually a place called Seneca Village. It was when freed black people decided to converge in one area, and they decided to redistrict that area, even though they owned the land and the houses that they built free and clear, and they destroyed those people, displaced those people, and built a park around it. There's a place called Lake Lanier. It used to be a thriving black town. They decided to the black folks, get rid of the ones they couldn't, and then people right now are boating on it every weekend. That's what happened to us. That's what got destroyed.
And every time we created something big, it was destroyed, burned down.
In his eyes and said, why you don't like black people? He took a sip to me, looks me right in my eyes and said, I don't like black people. I looked him back in his eyes and said, why you don't like black people? This Russian guy just walks over to me, looks me right in my eyes and said, I don't like black people. I looked him back in his eyes and said, why you don't like black people? He took a sip of his vodka, a tug of his cigar, and he turned his head and blew the smoke. He said, man, you guys are the most gifted athletically. You're physically strong, but you're mentally weak. He said, y'all still slaves. You're just mentally slaves. You're still filling up the prisons. You're still killing each other. They just don't have the chains on you. If it was us and they tried to enslave us, they would have to kill all of us, because dying is better than being a slave. And I grabbed him and